this lesson, we're going to learn about Confederal government. What is a Confederal government? A Confederal government is a system of governments in which power is shared by a central government and local and state government, but little power is granted to the central government. Are we together, class? A confederal form of government has to do with the placing of power in the hands of the regional or state government instead of the hands of the central government. Although the central governments remain in place during the rule of a confederal government, and it is very weak, while the regional units are stronger, a state can choose to follow or not to follow the lead of its central government. Due to its weaknesses, there have been few examples of a confederal government throughout history. For a brief 8-year period, the US operated as a confederal government under the Articles of Confederation. The Continental Congress wrote the Articles of Confederation during the Revolutionary War as the first Constitution of the United States. The articles were written to give the colonies some sense of unified government. A convention called in May 1787 to rewrite the articles decided to draft an entirely new constitution. The new constitution in 1789 created a federal style of government with a strong central government. Are we together, class? Now you can see the picture of the European Union. The European Union is an example of a confederal government. The European Union is made up of different nations that have come together under the same currency. They have a centralized structure. Now the nations with the European Union all have the power to make decisions. Now that you better understand how a confederal government shares power, think about this. Why have there been so few examples of confederal government throughout history? Think about it. Examples of confederation are the United Nations Organization, UNO. Can we see the picture? The Organization of African Unity, OAU. Look at the picture closely. We also have the Economic Community of West African States. Can we see it? Now from the pictures and from the examples given, you can see that these unions make up a confederation. The United Nations Charter was introduced in San Francisco on June 26, 1945. Confederation is a group of independent countries that have agreed to work together for a common goal or purpose. They have their own governments and they meet occasionally to discuss issues affecting their respective states. Confederation is one where states are united to form a league. It also implies cooperation among the member states over significant issues. Confederation can also be seen as a voluntary associations of independent states united for a common purpose or to achieve a common goal. From the charts on the screen, we can see that the central authority is very weak and the regional authority are stronger. The union is loose with a weak central authority. We can also say that confederation is a group of countries or states that come together for certain things. Each country still controls itself. The Confederate government makes decisions only on issues that affect the entire Confederation. Confederations can be unstable because members often want to do things in their own way. Examples: African Union and European Union. Now we're going to look at the features of Confederal system of government. Are we together, class? 1. A confederation is made up of two or more independent states. We can recall that a confederation is commonly known as a union of political organizations. It has to do with the coming together of many countries to form a union. Are we together, students? Before we talk about the advantages and disadvantages of Confederal system of government, I would like to show you a small video clips of the United Nations organization and how it has helped to integrate international peace and cooperation.
We, the peoples of the United Nations, determined to save succeeding generations from the scourge and do hereby establish an international organization to be known as the United Nations.
Long live the United Nations.
Now we are going to highlight the advantages and disadvantages of Confederal system of government. Are we together, class? Firstly, countries agree to work together to solve problems or provide for their people. Do we agree with this point? Hello? We can recall that Confederation is a voluntary association of independent states united for a purpose or coming together to achieve what? A goal. Secondly, countries may sign a treaty to trade together, defend each other, or have a common currency, just like the European Union. You can see that the Union can also help to boost what? Trading activities between countries. Do you understand? In the area of defense, the country can also help each other to defend and promote their national interest. I hope this is clear now. And thirdly, membership in the Confederation is voluntary and all members are equal. Yes, all members are equal and they are treated what? Equally. By helping to bridge the diversity gap of component units and unify them as one. While being able to unify the diverse people, a confederal government is also able to ensure that the units hold on to their unique identities and interests. Alright, now let's see the disadvantages of confederal system of government. Are we ready, class? Confederal government generate instability because the union is loose. Confederal systems may generate unhealthy political rivalry among the component states, which could arise from different levels of development and natural resources, thereby leading to political instability. 2. A confederal system has no national armed forces. Since member states maintain their separate armed forces, no member state may use its armed forces to assist a member fighting a war. Confederal system of government tend to easily collapse since there is the option to secede if so desire. That is, a member or a region or unit may decide to withdraw from the membership of the union. A confederal government has a weak central government since component units are governed more powers than the central government. Since component units are given more powers than the central government,